So, as I talked about in my overview of the trailer, and everybody's been talking about this, Twilight was seen at the end of the Netflix after school presentation of the trailer, although the MLP official YouTube page, which we can assume is also distributed or is a part of Hasbro, showed a more shorter version by cutting that part out. But the Netflix after school one didn't. And it got a lot of people wondering exactly what is Twilight's role going to be. Like why is this image of her showing up? What is it? What's the deal? And a lot of us have talked about the fact that it could be a hologram, a message that she recorded, years ago. Um, for Sunny and her friends. She recorded it years ago for Sunny and her friends to listen to. Some have assumed, and rightfully so, that maybe spiritually and essence-wise, Twilight is part of all three crystals. Like her essence, her spirit is encompassing all three crystals. And there's another theory that, no, that falls in, I should say, with that second theory. The other theory that falls into it is that Opaline probably knows about this, which is why she wants, the crystals. Which is also why she's sending Misty out to infiltrate Maritime Bay to see, whether or not what she saw at the end of the Make Your Mark pilot special sequel to New Generation, is true. That magic has indeed returned to Equestria, and mostly to Maritime Bay. Now, now this could also confirm, if that third theory is true in any way, this could also confirm that Opaline is a possible former student of Twilight's, because we know that if there's one thing My Little Pony likes to do, mostly people that have worked on My Little Pony like to do, is, on some occasions, is they like to always have a student or somebody that's misunderstanding of what friendship is meant to be, and it's more about, I want power, I want control. Thus, they allow themselves to get misguided. So, we can assume that, Opaline probably falls in that category. Again, the theories are also out there that she's probably Radiant Hope or a corrupted Flurry Heart that was both corrupted separate times or individually by the dark magic. That's similar to what corrupted Luna as Nightmare Moon and such. So we can theorize that that's who she is and everything, that's actually who she is, and she took on the name Opaline to kind of represent how she is now. It's a possibility. But, all these are just speculations. These are all just theories and speculations as to, what is happening. What is going on here. And the other thing, too, is if this is a hologram message recorded by Twilight that, is unlocked by Sunny and her friends, does it show us, will it, no, not does it, but will it show us, I should say, a flashback? Like, will Twilight tell the story of how all this came to be, and will that story be similar to what we saw in the IDW books? Will it be revealed? Because one of the things that people point out is the Twilight we see here is not, the Celestia-esque Twilight we see at the end of the series. The one that had a glow up, if you will. Instead, this is like regular Twilight, so you have to wonder if she's gonna, like I mentioned, tell the story of how this all came to be, and that by creating these unity crystals for each race, that, it drained her of her powers. It drained her of most of her powers to where it reverted her back to pre-Celestia-esque Alicorn status. Like, she remained an Alicorn, but she was reverted back to her original status. You have to wonder if, we'll find out if that's the case. And, if we do find out that's the case in a flashback, that would explain why the Twilight we see here at the end of the Netflix After School trailer is similar to the original Twilight before she had the glow up. So you have to wonder if maybe she'll explain that by creating the Unity crystals, it drained her of her powers and reverted her back to her Celestia Isk, Celestia Isk Alicorn self. We'll have to just wait and, see if that's true. And again, going back to what I was saying, if we do get a flashback, will the flashback be identical to what we saw in IDW? That would be interesting to see, because then we'd get a good idea of exactly, what role Opaline, because it seems Opaline's been around for a while, if the books are to be believed. If the books have a connection, similar or not, to the series. Opaline's been around for a while, so obviously that would confirm whether or not she's a former student, or she's Flurry Heart, or she's Radiant Hope. It falls into one of those categories. But we know she's been around for a while. And again, you have to think that if we get the flashback and things are similar to what's in the comics, maybe Twilight will reveal that Opaline is, again, maybe she'll reveal the truth about who Opaline really is. Like, whether she is a corrupted Flurry, whether she is a corrupted Radiant, whether she's a corrupted former student of hers. We'll have to see. And like I said, if that third option of, or that third theory of her being a corrupted student, is true, turns out to be true, that would explain what Opaline wants to know about the return of magic and why she wants to get her hands on the Unity crystals, because, maybe there's a good chance, and this is another theory some people have speculated, there's a good chance that Opaline knows that once magic fully returns and is balanced out, in Equestria basically it fully returns and is balanced out between all races, that there's a good chance it could restore Twilight. Let's say this falls into the category of Twilight trapped herself, her spirit, her essence in these crystals, that, there's a possibility that once things are restored and balanced out, she could be restored. Like, her essence could be allowed to escape the crystals, and she could be reborn or reformed once again, and we could finally have the interaction between her and Sunny that I think a lot of fans are looking forward to, or hoping for. But, that's just, again, speculation. But this ending, if you will, this ending of, the trailer on the Netflix After School YouTube page, it really raises a lot of questions. What is this? What is this leading, about? Is it a message, that should be pre-recorded years and generations in the past? That she's sending, that, she is making directly for Sunny and her friends? Is it her spiritually, essence-wise trapped within the crystals because she says, I'm with you? Is that the case? And it is maybe Opaline realizing that, Twilight's essence is in these crystals. That's the reason she wants them, because, she doesn't want Twilight maybe escaping and reforming and being like, great, being like, oh, great, here's the obstacle I can't get, I can't overcome because she's too powerful, kind of deal. We don't know. Again, there's a lot of speculating people are going to have in the next week and a half leading to the premiere a week from this Monday on the 26th. It's going to be a lot of speculating. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Twilight's appearance here on the after credits, if you will, of the trailer of the Netflix After School presentation on the YouTube page? What are your thoughts about that? Comment below, live chat during the premiere, like the video. Super chat, super stickers are open. Love for you guys to donate there, as well as on the super thanks button afterwards. Also, you can help donate to me while I get it immediately on Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2 and at Cash App at BWRoses98. You can also support me at patreon.com/bwroses with a $1 or $3 tier. You can also check me out at VENMO at bwroses, and you can check out my BW Roses Discussions podcast on all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. As always, you can check me out at VENMO at BW Roses for content you can't get anywhere else. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Where do you think this is leading? Do you think, again, this is a message that Twilight recorded years ago for Sunny and her friends to listen to? Do you think Twilight, because she says, I'm with you, that her spirit and essence is in these crystals? Do you think, we'll find out, in a flashback maybe told by Twilight, that the reason we see her as her pre-celestia-esque alicorn self, her pre-glow-up alicorn self, that we'll find out that the reason she reverted back is because she had to give up a lot of her power to create these crystals? What are your thoughts? And do you think Opaline might be a former student, might be a corrupted Radiant, a corrupted Flurry, that knows about this, knows that Twilight's essence is in those crystals, and then that's why she wants them? Let me know down below in the comment section, like I said, in our live chat during the premiere. And until next time, guys, I am out.